everybody, Marlene, aka Snow Gardener 307. We are here for a few things today. We are going to go ahead and do Mr. Snow Gardener's budget. There is no cash to stuff, but we will have savings challenges from me, and let's keep our fingers crossed that Mr. Snow Gardener has time to get his video filmed today as well. So let's go ahead and jump into his budget.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
We are with a super simple budget. This is not going to take long at all, you guys. Mr. Snow Gardener has continued to work long hours, long days, and so that's why I'm keeping my fingers crossed that he'll have time to film some savings challenges, because it's been a long time since you guys have seen Mr. Snow Gardener. So his paycheck was $5,524.99. We're going to go ahead and round down. We're not worried about what's in the rollover and stuff like that. We're not even figuring that in. So we've got mortgage coming up $2,000, and his spending is right here. Instead of having his spending down here, we went ahead and cash flowed his spending, left his spending money alone. So he's got his Capital One Venture card had a balance of $610.70. So we went ahead and paid that off in full, went ahead and rounded up. And then he's also got Cabela's at $39.93 and Chase at $51.98. So you guys can see that we do utilize credit cards, but we pay them off every single month. I'm excited that we have been able to transition from using credit cards in a bad way to using credit cards in a good way. I know some people are like, credit cards are bad, and I definitely see that point of view, but for us they work out a-okay. And so for the budget, it is $2,702.61. Sometimes I impress even myself. I just filmed where I was like, oh my goodness, I made a mistake, and I did not make a mistake. So I corrected all the mistakes, and I brought you guys back to say, all right, Marlene, you're losing your mind. I don't know what I was just thinking. Obviously, I wasn't thinking. You guys know I am here to keep you here for real life. So what I did was I had 27.25 and I had 27.75 underneath. And in my brain at that moment when I was filming, I thought that it was supposed to be 27.25 underneath. It was not. I had it correct. So 27.75 was correct. And I don't know where I'm going to edit my video for, covering this mistake right here. And so 27.75, I got to do a little bit of math really quick, minus 2,400, so 375. I had it exactly where it needed to be. I had written my draft and done a good job at it, and instead I had to go and mess it up with a bunch of whiteout. But hey, that's what life is about. Okay, so I told you guys about the bills. And then we have got some money going into sinking funds. We have no cash today whatsoever. We just have placeholders. So $200 is going to Future Christmas. This right here is for another account that I already pulled out of. So I've already moved that $200 into there. Future Christmas is the vacation that I am buying for my entire family. Paid time off is going to get $2,000 today, you guys, and giving is going to get $200. So that means we're putting $2,400 into sinking fund somewhere. We've got $375 left over, $200 going into emergency save, $175 rolling over for the next week, which gives us $0 for a zero-based budget, and $22.39 going into Australia. So as I said, there is no cash to stuff, so I didn't do a cash breakdown, but I do have some placeholders here. Very simple. We've got a couple $1,000 ones and a few $100 ones. So here's Mr. Snow Gardener's binder right here. We are going to go ahead and add in $200 into emergency save. So $200 going into emergency save. And then we are going to add $200 into giving. And last but not least, we're going to go ahead and add $2,000 into paid time off. This is Mr. Snow Gardener taking unpaid vacations is what this is. And, it is amazing. If your company and your budget allows for you to take more vacation than what you have hours for, I recommend it, because of course vacations help our mental health. They're the answer for me. I know not for everybody, but even if it's just a weekend at home or a week at home to do gardening or to spend time with your kids, your grandkids, your family, anything like that. So let's go ahead and jump into savings challenges now. And this is with my money. And so we're doing savings challenges, you guys, but I'm ill prepared because I did not get out my savings challenge money. So we're going to start off with save 2025 and 2025, but let me grab some cash. So we've got $160 to put into savings challenges today. This is my savings challenges. Like I said, keep your fingers crossed that we've got Mr. Snow Gardener following me up. And so I'm going to go ahead and roll for save 2025 and 2025, probably just one time. We're going to go ahead and roll my D12 dice. That means it has 12 sides. And we got number 7, so 4, 5, 6, and 7. Since we're only rolling one time, we're going to go ahead and put in the largest number left on this, and so that is $26. This is going into our emergency fund. So 26, so 25 and 6. And then I can go ahead and add it into the Save 2025. And you guys, somebody told me last time that I put the wrong money. I put Dicetropolis money. I put Shut the Box money in Dicetropolis. And I forgot to look and replace it. So there could be some mistakes going on here. Or maybe it was the other way around. I'm going to have to check that out. But let's see what we've got in 2025, because I try not to have more than $100 in here in cash because there is no need to have it. And the last time we played this, I did not double check it, but I do believe we are going to be able to add $100 into that account. So let's take a look. We've got 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, definitely 10, 25, 30, 133. So I'm going to go ahead and swap those two 10s out, actually, and those 5s. So we've got $33. And then I need to grab a $100 placeholder out of my drawer. So we've got a $100 placeholder here that is going to go into this account. And you know what? I think we might be able to trade this out for a $1,000 bill. Let's take a look, shall we? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, $1,000. I should have remembered that and just grabbed 1,000, but I did not remember we were that close. So you guys, we are officially over the halfway point, because in the bank we have $1,014, and then we also have another $33 here. So that is $20.25, and that's from my friend Nita at the Almost Organized Owl. Yay! So, you guys know me. I got to do my sticky notes or I'm not going to remember where this cash goes to. This is $100 going into the 2025 account. And yes, 2025 has its own savings account because I want to make sure that I do, in fact, reach my goal. Once I reach my goal, it will transition over into the emergency save. So I'm just going to set that off to the side. And then we've got Shut the Box. And we have got 3 rounds of Shut the Box left. And this cash is going to be in the way because we are going a different direction. So let's go ahead and move it off to the side. I think you guys can see that A-okay. Oh yeah, the cash was still in the way, but not as much in the way as I thought it was. So we need to get our dot markers. We have got green and purple. Green is what we roll. Purple is what we do not roll. Now the question is, how many rounds are we going to do? For Shut the Box, I'm going to go ahead and say if I am less than $20 for these 2 rounds, we'll do a 3rd round, but we'll just have to see how it works out. So we're going to say no whammies, big bucks, big ducks. Big ducks, did you guys hear that? So we rolled a 7. So 7 out of that, and we rolled a 5. So let's get some big bucks here. These dice are a little bit big. I love them because they are my mom's dice, but this tower is a little bit small. 8, so we've got 9, 6, 1, 2, and 3. And we got a 10, so we're going to do 9 and 1. So we have got 2, 3, and 6 left. And we got an 11. Now, this is the second time this has happened. Shut the Box, the board game, allows you to use 3 numbers for your dice. So if we were playing that, we would have just shut the box again. But Renee's rules right up here say you can only use 2 numbers. That's it. And so we need to grab 11, 10, and 11. So we've got 11. So if this next round is less than $9, we'll go ahead and play a 3rd round. So we're going to say no whammies and big bucks, big bucks. We got an 11. So we're going to do 8 and 3. And we got an 8. So we're going to do 7 and 1. And we got another 11. So we're going to go ahead and do 9 and 2. I might regret it, but that's what we're going to do. We've got 4, 5, and 6 left. So we've got a 6. So we've got 4 and 5 left. 9. And we got an 11. So we owe $9. Now, I think that that's close enough. I said less than 20, but it is exactly 20. So what the heck, you guys? Let's go ahead and finish this round out so we can put this money into our car sinking fund. That's where it's going. Let's see what we get. So we got 5. We need to say no whammies, big bucks. And if you're not familiar, I am referencing an old game show. If you know what that is, make sure you write it down below. So we've got 4 and 1. Okay, so we need big bucks, big bucks, big bucks. And we got a 7. And we got an 8. How about a 9? Can we get a 9, you guys? How about another 7? Oh, that means we're done. So, of course, we've got another $20 down here, you guys. But that's okay, because this is a great cause. So we've got 9 plus 6 is 15. Plus 2 and 3 equals 20. So we're going to add $40 into Shut the Box. But that round is all done. So we need to grab out our Shut the Box money. And I just tipped stuff over there. And this is where we're going to find out if we have messed something up. So Shut the Box, let's take a look and see how much we should have. Because like I said, I did get messages from you guys. I didn't go check it when I thought of it. So I should have. So we should have 8 plus 25 for Shut the Box, plus 6, plus 9, plus 10, plus 9, plus 13. So we should have $71 right here, which I do not believe we do. So I think we put the Shut the Box money into the Dicetropolis. And if I'm not mistaken, it is probably this money right here, which there's $20. We're going to set it right there. Let's see how short we are here. So we've got 20, 30, 40, 45, 50. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 26. Not 26, you guys. 20, 30, 40, 50, 56. So if we subtract that, minus 56, so 15. So only $15 of this needs to go into Shut the Box. We're going to put the other 5 in Dicetropolis. And hopefully that was right, you guys. Let me know if I did that right. I think I did, because when I added up. And then, of course, we have our additional that we just rolled today. So this is going to go into the car sinking fund. And what is our grand total? We have got 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, $111. I will definitely add that to the car sinking fund. So that equals $111 to car. And we're going to do this whole thing for the car because we want to bump up that car sinking fund. Or we could say the car emergency fund, the car purchase fund, you know, whatever you want to say there. Now we need to get set for the next round. We're not going to start it today, you guys, because we already did 3 rounds. But I am going to go ahead and set up my paper so I'm ready for the next one. And I'm going to write on here that we've got round number 2. Round number 2 equals. And we have got red. Or that's kind of orange, isn't it? And yellow. Those are going to be our next 2 colors. So that's it out of this binder. And then, you guys, I wanted to go ahead and do a couple other ones here. We are going to be doing the May binder. This is the one that I tipped over earlier. We're going to do the May binder, but we're also going to do some of these ones here. So we have got our Life of a Duck named What. And poor What, he just has the worst luck ever. Kind of reminds me of my husband. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to roll 1d6. We're going to use this d6 right here, and we're going to go through our book. So 1, 2. All right, let's go ahead and roll again. And let me get my marker. So $3. We are going to save $3. $3. So 1, 2, and 3. We are playing the entire book, if you guys haven't figured that out. 1 and 2. This is What the Delay. And if you haven't heard the story yet, on my girls' trip, we did get delayed. We got delayed in Jackson Hole because of weather in Dallas, so we left several hours late. We changed our flight to a later flight. The original flight ended up going out way later, so the later flight was canceled and we went back to our original flight. That's just the way it is sometimes. So 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. What the supplies. And of course, this is for those of you guys that are still lucky enough to buy school supplies. I love school supplies. I love shopping with my kids and doing that. So $9 there. I think because this one was a bigger one, we're going to do one more and then we're going to be done. So 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. All right, one more roll. And we got a 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. What the car? We know cars always have their little emergencies. And so we got another $8 there. Wow. We got a couple big ones. Took quite a bit of money, but that's okay. So we've got 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, so that is our What the Duck. Let's grab out our binder and look at our What the Duck money and see what we've got here. So the life of a duck, right? And this is emergency fund money as well. We're going to be able to add some money in. I know we are. Are we there? What do you guys think? The placeholders that are in here, I have made a note on them saying that the money is already in emergency fund because I forget how I do stuff, you guys. So let's see what else we can get. We've got 50, 70, 80, 85, 90, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100. I knew we were going to be able to do it, but let's get rid of some of these ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to grab one of these 5. We have $8 towards the next one. And we are going to move $100 into emergency fund. Can we grab a 500? No, we've only got 3. So that's going to be $400 so far for What the Duck. That's pretty dang good. So we're going to move $100 into emergency fund from the life of a duck named What? And so we're going to grab another sticky note because the money that we've written down so far are all going to different things. So we have got emergency fund, What the Duck, $100. All right, you guys. And then we're going to do just a tiny bit into the travel Georgette. And I have a funny story to tell you guys. I was talking to my sister-in-law, Shannon. If you are not familiar, my sister-in-law, Shannon, is the creator of all of the artwork that I use in the Georgette books. So she has done Georgette, she's done Fred Jr., What the Duck, and lots of other artwork for me. Well, I was talking to her about Fred Jr. and artwork and stuff like that, and I mentioned something about needing Fred Jr. to have a tail. And she's like, what tail? And I said, it's on the travel book. And so if you look here, I didn't realize what these were, okay? And you look back here, and I thought he had a little tail. And I thought those were his butt cheeks, you guys. I really did. Shannon and I were laughing. She goes, no, that's his backpack for traveling. And so if you look, those are the straps. And these are his little straps coming around the front of him for his backpack. But this whole time, I thought that was his little tail and his butt cheeks. No, you guys, it's his backpack. Okay, so this money goes to Australia, is where this money goes to. And so for this one, we need dice that I put away, because I don't see my heads or tails dice. And I just went through my dice and I had so many dice out that I put a bunch away. I meant to leave my heads or tails dice out. I did not. And I've got this big bag of dice. It should be right on top. So keep your fingers crossed for me that I can find my heads or tails without too much difficulty, because I definitely don't have it sitting there. So I'm looking. I'm not seeing my heads or tails dice. Where, oh, where did it go? There it is. Whew, wasn't too far. I don't know why I put that away. Like I said, I wasn't thinking. I use my heads, tails dice all of the time. All right, so we're going to roll a D12 and a heads or tails. So our 12-sided dice right here and our heads or tails. So we've got 5 and tails. So 5 and tails is for the love of French food. And we are going to go ahead and color in our croissant really quick, because it is easy. And this is $5 going to Australia, because that is what I'm doing with my travel Georgette. Now, of course, you can do whatever you want. Just because this is a travel themed book does not mean you have to use it for travel. It is just a fun book that I, for myself, wanted a travel book. But of course, just like everything else in the Savings Challenge world and the budget world, you take whatever you've got and you make it work for you and your goals. It's like the savings challenges that I can't figure out how to play, like the Dicetropolis that I keep messing up. I make it work for me, right? Or if the savings challenges are too much for you, Or maybe they're not big enough, right? Maybe it's a $25 savings challenge, but you want to save quite a bit more. So you can use a multiplier for it or whatever. So we have got a croissant there. I should have made it a chocolate-filled croissant. Some of the best baked goods that I've ever had. Wasn't actually in France. It was in Austria. The best chocolate-filled croissant I have ever had in my entire life. It is definitely a core memory. So $5 for that. Let's go ahead. Let's roll one more time. One more time. All right. So we've got 12. 12 and tails. So we're coloring some more. And this is $5 for an apple basket as well. So we're going to go ahead and color an apple basket. And apples aren't orange, but I want to use orange because I said so. So we're going to go ahead and color this whole basket, apples and all, orange. I don't know why, other than I picked it. It's a bright, pretty color. And it's kind of gloomy out today, you guys. I am going to go try to do some yard work. But it has been raining and snowing here. So even though it looks really nice out, when you go outside, it's quite chilly. I had a sweatshirt on earlier when I went outside, and I definitely needed it. So like I said, we're coloring this orange. I don't know why. So that's going to be $10 going to Australia. And of course, in the grand scheme of things, you know, $10 is not much for a trip like that. But you've got to take small little bites, right? You can't eat an elephant all at once. You've got to take a small little bite. So for your larger savings goals, it's okay to put small amounts in. I know so many people get discouraged because they're not able to put a whole bunch of money towards a goal. And that is okay. So I'm going to go ahead and actually swap those out for a 10. So we've got $71 sitting in there. And once we get to 100, then we actually put the placeholders into the Australia fund. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and move on to our March. No, it's not March. It's May. Let's go ahead and move on to our May savings. And I lied. We're going to do Dicetropolis first. I'm such a storyteller today. We're going to do trips. We're going to roll 3 D6 dice. We're just going to roll these 3 because I've got them right here. I need to get out a marker that is appropriate for this challenge. I like using wet erase on my Dicetropolis. So we are rolling for 5. That's our magic number is 5. We've got 5 rolls to do it. So let's see. So we didn't get any there. We didn't get any there. Ooh, we didn't get any there. Come on, 5s. We didn't get any there. We didn't get any there. Okay, does it say if we don't roll it at all? No. I feel like we should save $5 because that was a magic number. That's what we're going to do. We're making up our own rules. Okay, now we want to roll 6s. And now we get 5s. That's the way it goes, you guys. That's the way it goes. Come on, trips. Okay, so we got 1 6. We got 2 6s. We got 3 6s, so 3 more dollars. So we're going to put 3 more dollars into this, and this one is done. And this is going to emergency fund as well. So let me grab out the Dicetropolis money, and hopefully it is correct. Let's keep our fingers crossed that it is a-okay, because we can add those up super easy. So we should have $11. 3, 6, 9, 10, 11. I've got 12. Close enough. It's okay. Did you guys hear I just dropped something on the floor? I don't know what it was. So what do we have? We've got 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and $20 for trips. That's going to go into the emergency fund. So we're going to add it on to this one right here. So we've got trips. $20 more going to our large savings goal. And then we already did Tetra, right? Because that's the one that I had a really hard time on. Yep, so we will have a new game the next time you guys see this. All right, so now let's get into our May book. Let's see what we can do. We need heads or tails, and we need a D10, not a D12. I grabbed a D12. I got all the scratch off stuff on there. D10, where are you? Here we go. D10, heads or tails. So we've got 7 and tails. Now, some of these are done already. Okay, so we had decided, or I had decided, that I am going to color in 2 dice every time I roll this. We've got gold here. That seems like a fiesta color. So let's go ahead and do this. So we've got a 2 and we've got a 4. So 2 and 4. It's not very colorful, but it's there. So we've got a maraca. I said maracas were $5. And for a 2, we owe $4. So $9, you guys. We are starting out strong. This right here is going to save a lot of money. It's going to be right up there. All right, let's keep going. So we've got 9 in tails. 9 I can only roll once per game, that is. So I've decided this is for coffee/tea. And I get to do 2 stickers. And it is $4 each. Or I'm sorry, $2 each for a total of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now if I roll 9 again, I will pick a different challenge. Well, look at that. We rolled 9 again. I'm going to go ahead and do 10. This is for Mr. Snow Gardener. I don't know for what yet. Maybe I'll buy him a present. Maybe I'll take him out to eat. And then maybe we'll do something different. I don't know. Maybe I'll put it in his emergency fund. I don't know what I'm going to do. 5 and 6 there. 10 and 9 cannot be filled anymore. And so we got 5 and heads. 5 and heads is done. But the back of 5 isn't. So let's go ahead and do that. So $1 going into 5. 1 whole dollar. And we got 8 in heads. And I can't remember which ones are filled and which ones are not. So 8 in heads, $2. And today is the 21st as I'm filming this. But you are going to see it tomorrow. I had to look because I had to see how many, days we had left in the month to see if we were going to make it. I'm going to use brown. We're going to do Fiesta dice again. And we're going to roll. So we got 2. And there is another maraca there. So we're going to save $5 for the maraca. And we got a 3, which is $1. So that is going to be $6. And let's see what we've got here. 6. Okay, 6 plus 4 equals a 10. There we go. All right, let's keep rolling. We got 3 in tails. Okay, 3 is all done. And let's do the back of 5 because it's getting close. So we've got $5 for that one. We are hoping that we will be able to get some more money today. I don't know. There's not a ton of money left. Let's see. 10 we've already rolled. Let's do 5 again. We got $6 this time. So I am going to take the 5, put it back, right? Grab a 10. So there's 5 new ones, and 6. Hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully I did it right. All right, so we have got 10 again. Let's go ahead and do 5. That means we are going to be able to put some more money into emergency save. And we got $4 this time. So let's go ahead and trade this one out. Grab that $5 bill. And let's see. So number 5 is done. Yep, front and back. I just had to make sure. So we've got 20, 40, 50, 55, 56. And we're going to use the same stack of cash right here. And so that was number 5 and tails. And that was $56. Look at the stack going into emergency fund, you guys. I have been thinking about, once I get my emergency fund up to snuff, and I think it's going to happen sooner rather than later, what I'm going to do. And I do believe that this book is going to become the mortgage book. That's right, you guys. Why not tackle the mortgage? Let's start working on that. So we've got 6 and tails. 6 is all done. I see 4 has some here, so let's go ahead and scratch the back of 4. So we've got $5 there. That didn't vacuum very well. So $5. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, what do we have here? We've got $3 left. We're just going to go ahead and do a rollover with that, you guys. And what that means is we're going to go ahead and put it in number 10 because number 10 is always the rollover number. So that is it for me. If Mr. Snow Gardener is able to film, you're going to see it next. If he's not, then you're just going to roll into the bill exchange for the May binder. But I do want to thank you guys for joining me today. And because no matter what happens next, I won't be back. So I want to thank you for, all of the continued support that you guys do. And also, I want to remind you guys to keep on smiling. Bye, everybody.
Hello, Snow Gardener fans, and welcome back. You're here with Mr. Snow Gardener, and we're going to be working on some of my savings challenges. Not sure where I'm at right now, but we can just dive in, I suppose. Go ahead and look at where we're at with the 52-week savings challenge. This is a pretty sizable savings challenge. And I can't get a hold of the page. This challenge is from Mischief Managed Budgets and Champagne's Corner. And it looks like I have 47 and 46 on this page. I think I'm just going to do one of those for now, and maybe we'll come back to it here in just a little bit. Get this circle colored in. And that's 47. There's 20, 30, 40, 45, 46, and 47. Get this closed back up and set off to the side. Get my binder out. Find my envelope for that one, which is this one here. Put my $47 in there. Okay, what do we got? General Greenback and the Frugality Force. The Counterfeiter, and it looks like I'm getting ready to start another one. And we're going to move on to Penny Protector, because the last time we must have finished Gold Shield. I need to find a marker. That was easy. And I need to move my book back up. Alrighty then. I think I'm just going to start right off and do 2 arrows here. It's the wrong color blue. And that's a 9 and an 8, which will put us at 17. Set the markers off to the side. There's a 10, 15, 16, and 17. And I just realized I did that colored one. And it's going to take it a second to dry. So I'm going to set that book over here too. Let those dry a little bit. So with that being said, we will pull out this very pretty savings challenge from Snow Gardener 307. And we'll do some scratching off. And I got a X2 or skip. I think I'm going to scratch this one off, and we'll times it by 2. So that's going to be 6. But I'm going to scratch off another one because I feel like it. That's better. 6 and 4 is 10. Vacuum out some stuff. throw the 10 in. The envelope over here, put the savings challenge back. And we will pull this one out. This is going to be a D12 roll. And that's a 2. And a 6. For 8, 5, 6, 7, and 8. We'll reach over here and stuff this in the envelope. I think General Greenback's not dry enough yet. So we will hold off on that still. Now it looks like Mrs. Snow Gardener has thrown some challenges in here, which I'm going to have to start at some point because I really like those. That's cool. And so it's a dive challenge and then a tattoo challenge. So that's a $500 tattoo challenge and a $100 dive challenge. Color, roll and save. And I'm going to roll. I'm going to roll a D20. And it's 19. So right in a 19. There's 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. And that was totally awesome. And I'm getting into some pretty low numbers on this thing, so I think I'm going to do a few of them. I do have a 7 somewhere, I just saw. Five, 6, 7. There's another 7. Five, 6, and 7. There's a 5. And a 3. And 2. So that's 10. And there's a 4 and a 1. So that's another 5. I'm just going to grab a 5 so I'm not trying to keep track of it too much. And a 3. And a 2. There's another 5. I saw a 1, but I must not have. There's a 1. There's a 4. And a 1 for another 5. Which I'm going to put this 5 back over here and grab this 10. And it looks like I have a 3 to finish this savings challenge out. Two and 3. And now I'm going to do a little bit of a swap out here. Right, so we'll take those 2 10s and put them over here. Grab a 20. Take these 2 5s, put them over here, and grab a 10. Take 5 1s, swap it for 2. Wow, my mouth started moving real fast. Swap those 1s out for a 5, and then I'll take these 2 5s and swap them out for a 10. So that's going to be $42. Look at me go. And it looks like the Frugality Force might be dry enough to continue on with now. So we'll change to the Partner with Penny Savings Challenge. I'm going to start down here on the bottom right. Starting off strong with $12. And for grins, I'm going to scratch off another one. And that's 4. $16. So 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. All right. That's going to go into this envelope here. It's got General Greenback right on the front of it. And since I don't want to forget what I'm doing with my money, I'm going to grab the stuff that was supposed to go in there from earlier. And then we'll set this off to the side. And we will pull this mini savings out. And we'll color some stuff in. I'm coloring 8. And a 2. And a 5. And we may come back to this one, but we'll see. Let's do a color one on this one. I am all over the place right now. It's been a minute since I've done a video for Mrs. Snow Gardener. So I feel a little out of sorts right now. I'm sure you guys can tell. I'm going to color 2 of these in. I should be better at talking while I'm coloring, but apparently I have a hard time doing two things at once. Because as soon as I started talking, I tried to color outside the lines. Sheesh. 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right. Saving keep. Color in a 5 on that. And another 5. And let's see what we got here. 7. Flip that over and color in a 7. Haha! I like doing that because then I don't have to worry about having an IOU in my envelopes. So there you have it, everybody. Another edition of Mr. Snow Gardener and his savings challenges. Rough though it is on occasion. I hope you guys have enjoyed watching. And until next time, remember to keep on smiling. Bye, everybody.
Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Yo, set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
So life ain't easy, yo, I think there's a reason though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing, though. I always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts are poison, they rot. Head full of flies, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost. Yeah, so I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive thoughts are overtaken.